What's poppin'? It's your boy, the boy Henry Hick, back at it again with another video. Recently, I seen a video clip from the Iron Lords podcast, which seems to be first glance seems to be an Xbox centric podcast. You know, the individuals on the panel are Xbox centric YouTubers, and I seen Kid Smooth. Shout out to Smooth. I don't got nothing against that brother personally. You know, shout out to him. Much success in the gaming commentary space. But he made a comment that I really want to touch on, as far as he feels like game purchases are, you know, ran by console war gamers. It's not his actual verbatim what he said, but he alluded to I got it wrote down. He alluded to the gaming market being dictated by console warriors, which is false, because majority of gamers aren't on Twitter participating in the console war. Outside looking in, when you have these shows that showcase games and whatnot, your average Joe, say for example this past PlayStation show, they showed a bunch of games that's gonna be everywhere. But if I own a PlayStation, this is a PlayStation show, and they showing me all these games, all I care about is I'm getting to play all these games on my PlayStation. They don't give a darn about a first party, third party, second. They don't give a darn about all that. They don't care. They don't give a frick. You understand what I'm saying? They don't care. So to say that the console war dictates purchases is just not true, because your average person don't even know the console war exists. They don't even know that it's a online community of PlayStation gamers versus Xbox gamers versus Nintendo gamers versus PC gamers. They don't know all this stuff going on. You know what I'm saying? As big as Twitter is, the gaming community is a subsect of that. And in that subsect, you got another subsect who actually participate in the console war, which I like. I enjoy the console war. I think it's fun. It's fun. It's fun to me. I'm not gonna sit up here and act like I'm above it. I like to hop in, talk a little trash, you know, ask a question here, catch somebody in the light there. I just like to participate in that type of stuff, because as a gamer that's online and participating in discussion and stuff, it's fun to me. It's fun. I don't take nothing personal. You got certain persons that do take certain stuff personal, which is weird, because at the end of the day, all you gotta do is close the app and it's done. Close the app. Your life is still going on as per usual. Your paycheck's still the same. Your wife still love you if you got one. Your kids still love you if you got some. Your food, your dinner still gonna be cooking. It's gonna taste delicious, regardless of what somebody on Twitter said about your favorite console. You know what I mean? And he also alluded to what Microsoft should do, since they now own these IPs, in reference to kind of, I get, starving PlayStation out, you know, would be an accurate assessment to what he was alluding to, because he was saying to withhold the games until they're on the brink of bankruptcy, then give them the games, due to PlayStation, what PlayStation been doing to which don't make no sense to me. Microsoft, which they love to brag about this, how rich Microsoft is, how much money Microsoft is, and how broke PlayStation is, how broke Sony is, etc. Microsoft Xbox has had the same opportunities to procure these exclusive deals. As rich as they are, they ain't got no issue with throwing the bag out to get a game on Game Pass. But when it comes to procuring a Final Fantasy 15 exclusively, Final Fantasy 16 exclusively, Square games that they like to say Sony buy and keep away from Xbox, Microsoft have these same opportunities. They just don't jump at the opportunity to procure these games because the fan base don't support these games. everything that they say, all the disdain they got toward PlayStation could be reflected back to one another because they not out here supporting these games. And you can say, oh, well, the Xbox fan base ain't that. Whose fault is that? Whose fault is that? It's not PlayStation fault. Xbox 360 had the game community in chokehold. I had 3. As shitty as that system was, the games were there, so I had 3. They squandered that, made certain decisions, thus the gaming community responded. Whose fault is that? Xbox fault. You can blame the leadership, blame whomever you want to, and then the customer base, the Xbox fan, ain't no better. Instead of going out, purchasing these games in mass, showing Xbox, hey, we want to actively support these games, want to actively support these studios. We want to actively support Xbox. Now, is it gonna be day one on Game Pass? If it's not on Game Pass, I'll just wait. And you wonder why they pivoted and make these decisions to lean more third party. Cause y'all ain't giving them no money. These corporations are greedy. They need the paper. You giving them the least amount of paper you can give them. Of course they're gonna go over here. PlayStation, Nintendo will give you $70. They'll give you $60. Only thing Xbox fan to give you is it day one on Game Pass. They gonna go to the grocery store. They gonna get their Eggo waffle. Cut off. I mean, they gonna look for the Game Pass coupon. Put that in, and pay the least amount they can pay you in order to play some games. If that's what you want to do, fine. But you gotta look inward and recognize the fact that that is not how businesses win. Businesses do not win by the customer paying the least amount that they can pay. You understand what I'm saying? If they know for a fact they can put Bethesda games over here on PlayStation, which Bethesda games have done far better on PlayStation, they gonna go over there and get that paper. If they know they can put a Hi-Fi Rush over there, get some paper, they gonna do it. They know they can put a Starfield over there, get some paper, they gonna do it. They know they can put a Hellblade 2 over there, get some paper, they gonna do it. Why wouldn't they? They're a business. They operate on money. They want the most amount of money they can get. And sure, they gonna give you to you day one on Game Pass because they what they said they were gonna do. But as we seen internally, it was questions by in and all that. Day one. It was questions by in and all that. Because they know it is an issue. Otherwise, it would never been brought up. Only reason that didn't come to fruition because Matthew knew that it was gonna be a big uproar and situation if they walk that back. In my mind, to me, fuck it. They not buying these games anyway. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? If they not buying them anyway, who cares what they uproar about? So either subscribe or don't subscribe. Either way, we selling these games elsewhere. We getting paper. You know what I mean? So for certain persons to try and act as if Xbox is in a position to withhold games and Microsoft is in a position to withhold games from people who were perfectly willing to part with retail $70. How much? This how much? Well, a lot of games don't cost $70. First of all, that's another misconception that all new games. That's a lot of games come out that ain't $70. You know what I mean? But I'm pretty sure if Starfield come to PlayStation 5, it's gonna be 70. I don't think Hi-Fi Rush. I don't think will be 70. But if it's 70, it's 70. Yeah, what it is. Hellblade 2 more than likely gonna be 70. What's another big game they got that they could possibly throw on? I ain't got shit right now, to be honest with you. Now, and personally, I'm not gonna play none of these games, no way. Hellblade don't. I got Hellblade 1 in the plastic still. I'm not busting that open. I'm just not busting that open. And I'm not playing Starfield. I'm not gonna play Hi-Fi Rush. I'm just not compelled to play these games. If I were compelled to play them, I would just bought an Xbox and played them. You know what I'm saying? Cause I'm not the kind of individual that's gonna just sit here and wait on something to come. Brother, if I wanted to play it and it compelled me to play, I'm gonna just go buy the system. You know what I'm saying? If I had liked Halo enough, cause I game passed that joint on PC to see if I really mess with it. You know what I mean? Cause I didn't have an Xbox at the time. I still don't have an Xbox. But if I had enjoyed it, I'd have went out and got an Xbox and just played it on Xbox. But it, not my cup of Java. It's just, to me, kind of archaic, you know, with the times and the way shooters have evolved. It's just not my cup of tea. But I just found it interesting to sit up here. We gonna blame the console war and say console war dictate game sales when majority of gamers don't even participate in the console war. It's odd to me for that to even be a point of, as big as gaming is, as many gamers as there are in the world, and we're going to exclude mobile because that number really get ballooned to a point to, it's just not believable, because most folks on mobile, they not playing the type of games that a lot of these conversations are even talking about. You know what I mean? These if you're on mobile, you're not playing Starfield, no way. You're not playing Hellblade, no way. You're not playing Hi-Fi Rush, no way. You're not playing what I say? I already said Starfield. But a lot of these big AAA games, you're not playing them, no way. And I know that iPhone came out and you can run Resident Evil 4 on your iPhone, but like, who realistically, who coming home, docking their iPhone, they brand new iPhone, hooking that joint to a TV or monitor or whatever, and having a super solid gaming session? Nobody's doing that. Ain't a soul doing that. Ain't a soul. Oh man, I can't wait to get home, man. Play Death Stranding. Oh man, you got some. No man, I'm playing on iPhone, man. That phone is gonna be, you're gonna be able to fry eggs on the back of that joint. That joint gonna be so hot. Then you gotta keep it plugged up while it's going. Cause you already know that game finna eat up some battery. You already know your battery gone. I don't know, bro. I don't know, man. I try to put myself in the mind of certain individuals who hop on the net and say certain stuff live on podcasts and whatnot, and I can't do it because it don't make no sense to me to hop on. I mean, I guess if that's the realm to which you exist in, you go home. I mean, you go to work, you come home, spend time with your kid, blah blah, and you immediately dive into online gaming community, and that's all you really see. I don't know, because even then, bro, like, I'm in there, bro, but I still recognize it's a world outside. The world is spinning. The earth is spinning. Individuals are walking the earth. A lot of games that don't necessarily participate on Twitter, as big as Twitter is, it's still small. You know what I mean? A lot of folk just got a PlayStation and they just own PlayStation. It ain't got nothing to do with no Xbox. They just always been on PlayStation. They on PlayStation. You got some folks that used to be on Xbox, but now they on PlayStation. Is what it is. It ain't got nothing to do with no console. Well, this is where they play it now, because most people have PlayStation, and it ain't console war shit to say that. It's a fact. Most people have PlayStation. For whatever reason, you know what I mean? For whatever reason, most folks just have one, and I think that Xbox community in shambles, man. And you can blame Xbox as a whole. You can blame the Xbox gamers. I think you can put blame equally on both of them. You know, because Xbox respond to what the Xbox gamers are supporting. Xbox gamers is supporting Game Pass, so of course they gonna respond with stuff on Game Pass. You know what I mean? Xbox gamers weren't necessarily buying games, so they came up with the idea, we're gonna just throw games to Chris. You get a hot 15, hot 10, hot 9999, and you gonna get access to all these games. You know what I mean? Because they got internal measures. They know these guys ain't be no games. They know these guys foot dipping, which is why I think why Quick Resume was such a big focal point as far as a feature on Xbox. You know what I mean? Because you can foot dip as quick as your heart desire. You can get the foot dipping. You can foot dip with speed. You know what I mean? But yeah, I ain't gonna make this no longer. This is pretty much all I got on this one, and I will catch y'all in the next one.